Charlie Chaplin was the biggest star in Hollywood, the most beloved man in America, and one of the most famous people in the world. His life was full of contrasts, glory and downfall, laughter and pain, genius and loneliness. He made millions of people laugh and cry, but also made powerful enemies. Charlie was born in 1889 in a poor district of London. His father, a cabaret singer, left the family and died of alcoholism. His mother, Hannah, was also a singer, but she lost her voice and could no longer work. One evening, when she couldn't finish her song on stage, little Charlie stepped in to sing for her. The audience applauded wildly, and that moment changed his life forever. But soon after, his mother's mental health declined, and she was sent to an asylum. Charlie and his brother Sidney spent part of their childhood in an orphanage. Those early years of hunger and hardship shaped his empathy and compassion for people who suffer. As a teenager, he worked any job he could find, delivering newspapers, washing dishes, working in workshops, but his dream was always to perform. In 1908, he joined the troupe of Fred Carnot, a famous British comedian known for pantomime. During a tour in the United States, Charlie was noticed by film producers just as Hollywood was beginning to rise. It was the start of an incredible career. His first film went almost unnoticed, but soon he created a character that would make him immortal, the Tramp. With his little mustache, bowler hat, tight jacket, baggy pants, huge shoes, and cane, he became a universal symbol. Awkward, yet dignified, kind but resilient, the Tramp represented the everyday man who keeps his humanity even in poverty. Chaplin wanted total control of his films, the story, editing, music, everything. He became a writer, director, actor, producer, and composer. In 1919, he founded United Artists to stay independent from studio bosses. Known for his perfectionism, he could shoot the same scene dozens of times until it was flawless. In 1925, he released The Gold Rush, inspired by the Klondike gold fever. The famous scene where the tramp cooks and eats his own shoe is both tragic and hilarious. Pure Chaplin. In 1931 came City Lights, the touching story of a blind flower girl who mistakes the tramp for a rich man. He works hard to pay for her eye surgery, and when she finally sees him, poor and shabby, she smiles at him. That final moment remains one of the most beautiful in cinema history. When talking pictures arrived, Chaplin refused to let the tramp speak. For him, the magic of the character was his silence, a universal language. In 1936, he made Modern Times, a satire of industrial society and its loss of humanity. Behind the comedy was a sharp social message. It was his last silent film, ending with the song Smile, which later became a timeless classic. A few years later, he dared to mock the most feared man in the world. In 1940, The Great Dictator was released. Chaplin played two roles, a cruel, ridiculous tyrant named Adenoid Hinkle and a kind Jewish barber. The movie was banned in Nazi countries but became a massive success elsewhere. In the final scene, Chaplin drops all comedy and speaks directly to the audience, calling for peace, freedom, and love. That speech remains one of the most powerful moments in film history. After the war, America entered the McCarthy era, the Red Scare. Chaplin was accused of having communist sympathies and criticized for never taking U.S. citizenship. The press attacked him relentlessly. In 1952, he released Limelight, a deeply personal film about an aging clown who finds the strength to perform one last time. But while he was traveling to London for the premiere, the U.S. government revoked his visa. Chaplin decided never to return. He settled in Switzerland with his wife, Una O'Neill, the love of his life. They had 8 children together. 20 years later, in 1972, Hollywood invited him back to honor him with a Lifetime Achievement Oscar. When he walked on stage, the audience gave him a 12-minute standing ovation, the longest in Oscar history. He spent his final years peacefully by Lake Geneva, surrounded by his family. "I finally understand what happiness is," he wrote. "It's being with the person you love." One striking detail: 4 days after Chaplin's birth in 1889, another boy was born, Adolf Hitler. Same poverty, same difficult childhood, same early passion for art. But their paths diverged completely. One brought hatred, the other brought compassion and laughter. Chaplin often wondered, why him and not me? Charlie Chaplin's films are more than comedies. They are lessons in humanity. The tramp eating his shoe, the blind girl recognizing his touch, the worker trapped in the machine, the barber preaching peace. All of these moments remind us that even in the darkest times, a person can stay kind and dignified. If you enjoyed this story, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next videos.